I have been creating YouTube videos for over a year right now, which is honestly a bit hard to believe. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you everything that I have learned. Now, this is not a perfect guide. I am still learning a lot. And that's why I also put some timestamps around in the video if you want to jump around. So if you're new to my channel, this is my YouTube channel and it has a bit more than 3,500 subscribers, and I have published 46 videos, and the topics that I cover are mainly programming or front-end development. So I have different types of videos. Some of them are a bit long, like my latest video, which is over 1 hour long, and some shorter ones. And when it comes to views, I have had some videos that performed better than others, like this one here that had 21,000 views, and some others that are around 10,000. And then I have some other videos that have performed a bit less, but it's mostly around the 3,000, 4,000 marks. And this is how my analytics looks like right now. I have just been monetized a few weeks ago, so I just have 28 euros in estimated revenue, but I have around 1,000 views per day. So this is just a bit over 1,000 views per day, which comes to more than 30,000 views per month. Now I'm gonna go over the whole process of creating a video from an idea till it's published. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about the mental barriers that I have been challenged with. And the first one is perfectionism. It's really hard to create videos consistently when you always look at what can be improved and you just keep dragging on videos for weeks. So in order to deal with that, I have pushed myself to create one video a week. This is some kind of fake deadline that I have for myself, and it really helped me deal with perfectionism. Now, one thing that I have noticed about my videos that have performed well is that I had a very good mood and I was very energetic. Now, the challenge here is that I have to talk to a camera and make it sound natural, when at the end of the day, I'm just sitting here in my room with my bed in the background and trying to be energetic. Now, it is still a challenge for me, but I have found that creating more videos just makes it easier. I just get used to talking to the camera every time that I make a video. Now, before we move on to the process of creating videos, I just wanted to talk about this realization that I also had, and that is that efforts have nothing to do with the result. I have had some videos where I have invested a lot of time in the making, and they did not perform nearly as good as the ones that I have created on a rush. So every time that I try to make a video too perfect, I just remind myself that I have had some videos that are not perfect, but they still performed very good. So the most important part about making YouTube videos is to have your ideas and your scripts organized somewhere. And for that, I am using Notion. And I'm just going to assume that you already have worked with Notion or used it at least once. So here I just have this table or this Kanban board, and I have all my video ideas or scripts, and I have them filtered by status. So every time that I get a video idea, I just create a new page inside this idea column. And when I'm ready to work on that video, I move it to the thumbnail slash title slash hook phase. And this is the phase where I just start working on packaging the video before even starting to work on the script. So here I have a new page, and I also have a YouTube template. So I click on it, it just pre-fills the page with these sections. And I also have a thumbnails idea list and a titles idea list. So for creating the thumbnails, I'm actually using Figma, and I have this huge file which has all my thumbnails in one document. So for every video, I just make a new line here and I create my templates. And every template just has my face on the right. And that's important that it's actually on the right, because there is this timestamp that comes on the right side of the thumbnail. So if you put some text on the right side, it's going to be looking a bit weird. So I always put my face on the right, and then I have some text or some icons. It's mostly a combination of my face, maybe a bit of code, and one piece of text. And I also try multiple variations for every thumbnail. And once I chose a thumbnail combination that worked, I just mark them with this emoji here and I export them. And so in YouTube, if I open like a video, let's open this last one. So let's click on view test report, and here you can see I have uploaded 3 thumbnails. So YouTube automatically tests the thumbnails and checks which thumbnail has had the most timeshare. and that's the one that is set at the end. And if I go back to another video that has been out for a while, like for example this one, you can see thumbnail test completed. And if I open the thumbnail test, here I just had 2 thumbnails, and the difference, to be honest, is not that big, but this is the winner thumbnail. Now, after creating the thumbnail, title, and hook of the video, I move on to scripting or coding the video. There are some videos that require a bit of coding, so I go ahead and just create a project. I code, and keep in mind that I'm actually going to present this to the viewer, so I always try to keep things as simple as possible. Sometimes I want to make a video about a topic that I'm not well informed about, so I need to research a little bit, and that also happens inside this phase. And then we have the filming phase, and these are all the videos that are ready to be filmed, so I already have an idea how the video is going to look like, what I'm going to say on the video, and maybe also the layout of the video. So one thing that has helped me a lot when it comes to recording is to just have a checklist that I can go through before recording a video. So I just need to check the microphone angle, maybe record a short video in the beginning that I can use in the thumbnail. Then I also record a little bit of video just to check if the audio is still sounding good, because I've had a lot of videos that sounded a bit weird. And then I start the recording, and to be honest, this is a bit out of date. I'm going to show you exactly how I record my video right away. I also need to remind myself that I need to look at the camera and smile. And also don't move my hand too much, because I've had videos where my hands are like the whole time here and it looked weird. And I also try to make the intro in one piece. So every time that I record a video or publish a video, I just look at it and see what are the things that could be improved, and I add it here to the checklist so that the next time I don't do the same mistake. Now, when it comes to recording, I have tried multiple approaches, different softwares and hardware, and I think I have found a really good combination. Let me start with the hardware. So this is how my setup actually looks like. I have a microphone right on my face in the middle that I stood up on an old iPhone case. I'm also using the external monitor to share my screen because it has a 4K resolution. And on top of the screen, I have a light. This one really improved the quality of my video. So on the left, I have my MacBook, and in between my phone, and this is what I'm using to record my face. For that, I have used a small rig clamp, and it's clamped to the desk itself. And this way it's really easy to set up every time. I just need to clip in my phone using MagSafe, and it clips right into it. I'm quite happy with this setup because it's easy to record videos. I just need to turn on the light and plug my microphone and hit record. And speaking of recording, let me show you how I do it. So for recording, I'm using here OBS. And to be honest, I was really reluctant on using it because it seems a bit outdated how the UI looks like. I've also used other softwares like Screen Studio. And at the end, I was just manually recording my videos, like literally recording my face separately, recording my screen separately, and also the audio on Audacity, and then put them all together in my video editor. But I was, to be honest, a bit tired of having to set up everything from scratch every time on my timeline during editing. And this is actually just way better. And the cool thing about OBS is that I have multiple layouts. So this is my full screen layout. This is the right third layout. I have one that looks like this, and I have one of myself floating on the right. And I think with these layouts, I can really cover everything that I want. I have made multiple videos in the past, so I know these are the only layouts I need for now. And if I need other ones, I can create them myself. And in every layout, I just have my screen capture here. This is macOS. And if I turn it off, you can see it's gone. Then I have a shadow. Like if you look behind myself, there is a very light shadow that I'm toggling right now. And this is just to have that nice effect. And then there is a video capture. This is myself. And this is the audio. Yeah, you could not hear me scream. And yeah, I just have the same thing on every scene. So when I record the video, they all land inside this folder. And when I'm ready to edit a video, I have a video folder. And every video has a number, so I just increment it every time. So last one was 51, use effect fetch. And then I just duplicate this template folder, and this one has multiple folders, one for the A roll, B roll, And then there's the exports, and this is where my final video is going to land. I also have a folder for the sound effects, and there's a folder for the thumbnails. So I just duplicate this one. So this is going to be number 52, and let's call it how I make my videos. And let's switch the layout again. This is my favorite layout. And when I'm done recording, I just copy the stuff from my output here inside the A-roll folder, and then it's time to start editing the video. In order to edit my videos, I use the paid version of CapCut, and there's also other video editors that you can use. But for a while, I was adding a lot of B-roll on top of my editor and really making a lot of fancy stuff. And I have found it a bit hard to do this stuff with traditional video editors. CapCut has the advantage of being a bit simpler than other ones. And let's just go ahead and open my last video. So this was just a test video that I made to check out my setup. And what I do normally, let's just go to the end and add my video. And once it loads, I can either cut it manually, or I can come here and click on transcript. So this is gonna make this rough cut of the video, and I just click on delete. So it just deletes a few silences in between. And the cool thing here is that I can just go ahead and listen to it. And then I use Q, W, and E to cut and delete parts of the video. And a lot of the time, if I make a mistake, I just delete till the end. Like if I come here and click on E, it's gonna delete till this part. And then in the next take, it's gonna be correct. So I just keep playing it. And every time that I find a mistake, for example, I find a mistake in this part here, I think it's a bit hard to see. So let's go ahead and increase the audio form size to 100%. This is actually how I make it every time. I come to the beginning, click on W, this creates a cut, and I look for the place where I repeated the sentence. Because I repeat my sentences a lot, I'm not a native speaker and I have to do that. And once I find a good version, I just click on Q, which just deletes from the last cut till here. And I just keep doing that till I go over the whole video. So once that I have this rough cut of the video, I go over it again and listen to the places that I have made cuts. And there I just try to make them sound as natural as possible. Some cuts are a bit too fast. Some of them are short. And in some cuts, I have like my face look in this direction, and in the next take, it's a bit in this way. So I try to move my face a bit less, but it always happens. And just try to hide it in a way. Sometimes I use like a J cut for that. Like I go over the next video, I duplicate it and make it a bit longer and also mute it. And what this does is just at the end of this video, you're already looking at the new video before the cut. And since the audio is sounding normal in here, you actually don't notice it as a viewer. So that's a neat little trick that I use to just hide my cuts in between to make it sound a bit more natural. So once that I'm actually satisfied with my video, I go ahead and export it. And then I choose the exports directory inside my video folder and I click on export. This takes usually around half an hour if it's a very long video. And if it's a short one, just about 10 minutes. And then I just publish it on YouTube. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about my whole process, I can make like a detailed video about your specific questions, like how to set up OBS or how I set up my code editor, which is something that I didn't actually cover inside this video. Yeah, I hope that you found this video helpful, and see you in the next one.